You spend hours researching the healthiest food, buying expensive interactive toys, and bringing home the softest memory foam beds, all to show your cat how much you love them. But then, they just sleep in the cardboard box the toy came in, or they walk away the moment you try to cuddle. It can feel a little heartbreaking, right? At first glance, it might seem like your cat is just aloof or ungrateful. But what if you've been looking at it all wrong? What if the problem isn't that your cat doesn't love you, but that you are trying to speak human to an animal that communicates in an entirely different way? The truth is, your cat couldn't care less about the price tag on their toys. The things they actually crave the most, the tiny everyday actions that build absolute unshakable trust, are completely free, and you are probably ignoring them right now. As cat parents, we naturally want to shower our feline friends with affection, the same way we do with humans, with tight hugs, endless kisses, and overwhelming attention. But because cats are wired so differently from us, applying our human love language to them often backfires. When they pull away, hide, or act indifferent, it's incredibly easy to misunderstand their behavior as rejection or stubbornness. In reality, they aren't rejecting you. We are simply crossing their natural boundaries without even realizing it. In this video, we are going to translate what your cat actually wants from you. Based on feline behavioral research and years of real-life observation, we will break down 6 specific things cats absolutely love, but owners rarely do. Understanding these subtle, silent requests will completely change the way your cat responds to you and deepen your bond without spending a single dime. So, put down that expensive toy for a moment, and let's start with something incredibly simple. Let's talk about the way you are looking at them. The first secret, the slow blink conversation. Let's start with the very first thing cats absolutely love, but owners rarely do, speaking to them with your eyes. When you look at your cat, you probably stare at them with wide, adoring eyes, right? It is completely natural for humans to use prolonged eye contact to show attention, affection, and love. However, translating this human habit to the feline world can cause unnecessary stress. Feline behavioral researchers have observed that in the cat world, a hard, unblinking stare is actually perceived as a direct threat, a challenge, or a sign of aggression. When you lock eyes with your cat without breaking your gaze, they might feel intimidated rather than loved. What your cat is really looking for from you is a clear sign of peace. A 2020 study on feline behavior confirmed that cats respond incredibly positively to slow blinking from humans. It is essentially the feline equivalent of a genuine, relaxed human smile. The first step to speaking their language is softening your gaze. When you catch your cat looking at you from across the room, slowly close your eyes, keep them shut for a brief second, and then slowly open them. More often than not, you will see them do it right back. It is a silent, beautiful "I love you" that makes them feel entirely safe in your presence. Speaking of making them feel safe, this brings us to the next point, which involves how we physically interact with them. The second truth, respecting their invisible boundary, the second hidden truth about feline love, revolves around respecting their invisible physical boundaries. Have you ever walked past your cat while they were minding their own business, and you just couldn't resist scooping them up for a tight hug? Because they look so soft and cute, we instinctively express our love through physical touch and holding them close. But biologically, cats are complex. They are both agile predators and cautious prey in the wild. When you suddenly pick them up, hold them tight, and restrict their movement, you are inadvertently mimicking the behavior of a larger predator, trapping them. This sudden loss of control triggers their anxiety, not affection. It is the reason why they might squirm, push against your chest, or immediately run away the second you put them down. Cats absolutely crave what behaviorists call voluntary proximity. They want to choose when, where, and how they interact with you. Sitting just a few inches away from you on the couch without necessarily touching you is often their way of giving you a massive compliment. Stop forcing the cuddles. Let your cat come to you. If they sit near you, simply allow them to be there without immediately trying to pet them. By giving them this autonomy, you prove that you respect their space, which deeply strengthens their trust in you. If this is helping you understand your cat better, take a second to like this video and subscribe, and stay until the final sign, because it is often the one owners miss the most, even though it is the ultimate test of trust that can change how safe your cat feels around you. Now, let's look at how you might be leaving them frustrated during playtime. The third essential habit, the complete hunt, catch, kill, eat cycle after giving them space. The third essential thing your cat wishes you knew involves their playtime. You might spend 20 minutes running a red laser pointer across the living room floor, watching your cat passionately chase it until they are panting. When they finally lie down, you probably think you just gave them an amazing workout. While it certainly looks like fun, many cat owners report their cats acting agitated, aggressive, or unusually restless after playing with lasers or digital screen games on tablets.
Animal behaviorists explain that a cat's natural hunting sequence is hardwired into their brain: stalk, pounce, catch, and eat. When they chase a laser beam or a digital fish, they never actually catch anything tangible under their paws. This lack of a physical payoff causes severe psychological frustration. Imagine playing a video game where you can never pass the final level, no matter how hard you try. Cats need the satisfaction of a successful hunt to feel confident and secure in their environment. If you use a laser, always end the play session by pointing it at a physical toy they can actually grab and bite. Better yet, use a feather wand toy. Let them definitively catch it at the end of the session and immediately reward them with a small treat. Letting them complete this natural cycle is incredibly satisfying for them. Fulfilling their wild instincts is crucial, but making them feel emotionally grounded is just as important. The fourth form of comfort, scent mingling for emotional security. The fourth thing your cat deeply craves is something you probably try to clean up, mingling their scent with yours. Do you meticulously wash your cat's bedding every week, or get noticeably annoyed when they decide to nap right on top of the clean laundry you just folded? We humans love things to smell fresh, crisp, and clean, often using detergents smelling of lavender or citrus. But cats experience the entire world primarily through their highly sensitive sense of smell. To them, a home that smells purely of artificial cleaners is sterile, foreign, and deeply unsettling.
Ettling. When your cat chooses to sleep on your worn sweater, your gym bag, or your side of the bed, they are not trying to get cat hair on your belongings. They are actively seeking out your scent. To a cat, the scent of the person they love the most is their ultimate comfort blanket. It acts as a protective shield against anxiety. When their scent mingles with yours, it signals that they are safe and part of a bonded family. Don't be so quick to remove your scent from their favorite resting spots. If you have to leave for the weekend or go to work for a long shift, purposefully leave a worn t-shirt or a piece of unwashed clothing in their bed. It will significantly reduce their separation anxiety and make them feel profoundly loved. Comfort isn't just about what they smell, though. It's also heavily dependent on where they are positioned in the room. The fifth silent request, providing vertical observation beyond their sense of smell. The fifth silent request your cat has is about how they view their world. Do you find yourself constantly shooing your cat off the kitchen counters, the top of the refrigerator, or the bookshelves, secretly wishing they would just stay on the expensive plush floor bed you bought them? We live in a horizontal world, moving across the floor, so we expect our pets to do the same. Many owners view jumping on furniture as bad, disobedient behavior. However, cats live in a vertical world. In the wild, being elevated allows cats to safely survey their territory, spot potential prey, and completely avoid ground-level threats. A cat that is constantly scolded and forced to stay exclusively on the floor can feel chronically vulnerable, exposed, and stressed. They are not trying to be naughty when they climb. They are simply fulfilling a biological need to find a safe vantage point to observe their kingdom. You certainly don't have to let them on the kitchen counter where you prepare food, but you must provide an acceptable alternative. Install dedicated cat shelves, clear a designated spot on a high bookcase, or invest in a tall, sturdy cat tree. Allowing them access to high places is how you silently tell them, "This is your territory, and you are entirely safe here." Giving them a safe space to observe is wonderful. But there is one specific, everyday interaction that surpasses all others. The final and most important act, the consent tests. This leads us to the sixth, final, and most profound thing cats love, the ultimate test of trust. When you walk into a room and see your cat looking adorable, do you immediately reach out and start scratching their head, rubbing their back, or petting their fur? Because we feed them, care for them, and love them, we unconsciously assume they are always open to our touch. But cats are incredibly polite and formal creatures when interacting with one another. In nature, friendly cats greet each other with a gentle nose touch to carefully gauge if the other is currently in the mood to interact. Reaching out with a giant human hand and touching them without warning can feel incredibly invasive, even if they tolerate it. What your cat absolutely loves, but owners rarely think to do is asking for consent first. The next time you want to pet your cat, stop. Gently extend just your index finger and hold it a few inches away from their nose at their eye level. Then, wait, let them come to you. If they step forward and rub their nose or cheek enthusiastically against your finger, they are giving you a clear, undeniable yes. If they just sniff it and turn their head away, or simply stare at you, respect their choice, and pull your hand back. This simple index finger test honors their autonomy and is the absolute best way to prove that you are worthy of their trust. Loving your cat isn't about buying expensive toys or forcing them to accept our human version of affection. True love in the feline world is found in the quiet, subtle moments, a slow blink across the room, leaving a worn sweater for them to sleep on, providing vertical space so they feel secure, and simply asking for their consent before you reach out to pet them. When we stop demanding that our cats understand our language, and instead take the time to learn theirs, the bond we share becomes profoundly deeper. Which of these small, silent requests will you start honoring today to show your cat you truly understand them? If you learned something new, subscribe for more quiet truths about feline behavior. And if you want to know the everyday habits that secretly make your cat lose trust in you, watch the next video on your screen, because some of them look completely harmless.